That's right, you guessed it. It's another late night, which means it's time for another reach into the Just Giggle grab bag. And tonight we're pulling out, oh, what do you know? A few sketches magically appeared overnight. What are we pulling out here? Something a little special. Oh my god, it's gift wrapped. Alex Poncio characters. Something to commemorate the birthday of a certain Poncio.
Oh, damn, Dragon. I am so tempted to bring out the Hipster Donald thing because Hipster Donald's whole shtick was characters. But I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't
In
do
respect
that.
for Poncio. In respect for Poncio.
No, we're here to celebrate a great man, not indulge past flights of fantasy.
That's a good way to put Hipster Donald. That's a good way to categorize
I know,
him.
the whole duck thing, I was going with like a flight joke. Anyway, it doesn't. Anyway, point being, Poncio!
Poncio!
Poncio! Do. Anyway, so, hey.
Actually, Dragon, Tiki's not here right now. Today's co-host is going to be James Corden. How you doing, Dragon?
Oh my god.
Oh right,
god, like, I ain't gonna do any spill your guts, fill your guts, if that's what you're asking me, Jimmy boy.
So Dragon, what did you think of me and Cats? Did you like the Cats movie?
Which cut?
Oh god.
Alright, so hey, we got somebody in the comments, one of the most esteemed JGI commenters. Everybody loves to say her name.
Figo rain.
Let the reign of Fago begin. It's raining Fago like Gene Kelly.
Oh god.
Yeah.
She says she loves all the characters, especially the mother and child. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get there. A lot of fun to be had there, Figo Rain. Buckle up. Gonna be a lot of fun as we reminisce about the great man himself. If I had to give him a nickname, it would be the Pavarotti of sketch comedy. That is Alexander Poncio.
God. All right, so this is a pretty straightforward sketch, really. It's just kind of a character reel for Poncio, a mix of celebrity impressions and original characters and scenarios. I've got the link in the description for anyone who's just stumbling upon this if they want to go and watch it before we break it down.
Yeah, I got like a smidgen of background because technically, I don't know if you saw this as well. I have seen parts of this before.
Oh man, where have you seen it before?
So here's the story. So this was, as you can probably guess, most of this kind of written and conceived and performed by Poncio, kind of on his own for the majority.
Sure.
Mainly kind of a Poncio special, but of course brought to us in kind of these dire times, these troubled times. To put in give kind of the Del Toro finish, these troubled times. Joshua Thomas has edited it and kind of put it together and kind of wrapped it with a nice little bow on top for Poncio's birthday here. So essentially, while we're on lockdown, Joshua Thomas, he's commemorated Poncio's birthday, which was April the 24th, which, well, we didn't know when certain things were happening, and we joined in on the live kind of premiere of this thing, but we wanted to kind of commemorate it further, kind of the week of, or essentially the week of, yeah.
Yeah, week of, yeah.
And basically, it's a little acting reel of Poncio characters and impressions, basically everything Tiki said there, but it's done kind of a la the many faces of Joshua Thomas reel that we have seen. The Joshua Thomas has been kind of playing before a few videos. It's really cool. I love that thing. We saw it firsthand when we did our little Q&A with Joshua
There's
Thomas.
water.
Yes, every time that goes on, I love hearing like the Ash Ketchum and the thing and the stuff. It's so a lot of fun. It's also kind of done the style of the Batman SNL audition. This makes me curious if the stuff was shot, because everything with a white background was just Poncio in front of the camera. I'm convinced that might be Josh Thomas having filmed Poncio's kind of experimenting with some characters, given how similar it looks to the the Batman SNL audition. That's some little, I think they use like the YouTube studio on that one, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Yeah, basically every the same location. I'm convinced they do the kind of the plugs at the end where they're selling the JGI merchandise. Joshua Thomas and Piper Henson, they're dressed up in the regalia and such. But here's the origin point. So basically, Joshua Thomas, I believe he debuted some of this footage, not the whole thing, but at least some of the stuff with Poncio with the white background. The James Corden thing I'd seen before, and I believe it was like he was just kind of showing some kind of footage he had. He pulled a little footage from the Joshua Thomas Prince vault of JGI content.
Oh god, it was like a live stream thing.
No, it's just like he put it on the Discord, on the JGI Discord.
Oh, on the Discord, okay.
That's where I saw it for it's on the Discord, and at least I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it for the first time. I don't know if it's still there, because now the Discord is ever growing, folks. It's like it's there, but you're gonna have to sift through go months and months, maybe to the end of the year last. I can't I can't wager to guess. Point being, so again, I'm not sure if Josh Thomas like specifically shot this. At very least, a portion of this he may have shot. Regardless, some of this is from like kind of old Poncio vids, which Alexander Poncio here, the man, the myth, the legend, does have his own YouTube channel where he's kind of posted. So basically, Tiki, when we eventually run out of JGI content, we have a plethora of Poncio to get through.
Oh my god! Oh boy, this is breaking news, folks.
Well, maybe okay. At points we have a lot of really interesting stuff that we haven't gotten to. Maybe a plethora is just kind of like dressing it up.
Spin-off. It's the spin-off. We always knew that Poncio would be the spin-off character, Dragon. I always felt it in my bones.
You've heard the grab bag. Prepare for the Poncio pouch.
Oh god! Yes, the pouch of Poncio.
Yes, the pouch of Poncio. Or essentially, even Alex Poncio, he has his own YouTube channel, which he has some of the videos. Like the last one that figuring is really aching for us to get to. That one is on his channel. Also, there's some other things where Poncio's kind of permeated number of other kind of channels, and just he's popped up a number of places, which we may eventually get to if we're kind of on a really if we're kind of in a dry Albuquerque desert of like, well, we got nothing left in the grab bag, man. We need stuff.
And to be fair, Joshua Thomas did release not one but two little fumes that we can run on. The second being an epic rap battle between Hey Arnold and Doug that we'll get to next week if nothing else surfaces.
We were gonna do that, but then this dropped.
We were. So it's like slowly but surely. If Joshua Thomas can keep up the, either the Prince Ball or just the quarantine content, the QC as I like to call it. Then I don't know. We might have enough to go on JGI content alone. But Dragon, I am totally down to dive into Alex Poncio's solo career, my friend. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, there's some interesting stuff there. Believe me, I checked out a little bit of. I haven't really sat through the majority, but there's some interesting kind of like I'm talking like the kind of the young buck Alex Poncio. I'm talking like kind of like the look at him in his prime kind of era Poncio kind of stuff.
God.
See the boy brimming with promise. Anyway, let's commemorate that boy. And soon his mom.
That baby boy.
Yeah, that baby boy and his mom. Oh, we're gonna get there later. Okay, so let's just break down. Let's kind of go through the reel here and kind of give our thoughts on the character work of one Alex Poncio.
Okay, so the first one, as I mentioned, is James Corden, and of course, with James Corden, he just he takes over his own show, Dragon, and it's just very egotistical.
Yeah, so I don't sit through the whole show, but again, I pretty much kind of do a lot of the talk shows these days. I kind of watch the clips online, so I gotta get to the good parts versus just kind of sitting around. Just like they're kind of sometimes they're doing the BS monologue, or they're just trying to fill time, or it's like someone's just taking a knock out of the establishment. But James Corden, I do love him as a talk show. So you have James Corden and Graham Norton are kind of my favorites. If I had to kind of, and a little bit of Jimmy Kimmel, but again, Jimmy Kimmel's monologues, they're okay, I guess. Anyway, point being, how do you feel about James Corden?
He's a mixed bag for me personally. I honestly think this impression kind of nails on the head when I think of him, to tell you the truth. Like,
it does.
I feel like he's charming, but like he pops up in too many places, Dragon. Like, musical theater fans like myself kind of hate him because every time there's a musical theater adaptation, we know he's gonna pop up. And it's just like, it's almost like there's like a reserved like slot in every musical adaptation. Like, oh, there's James Corden. It's a joke, Dragon. It's almost as much of a running joke as the whole like Johnny Depp, Alana Bonham Carter thing with Tim Burton movies was back in the 2000s.
And of course, a big reason, of course, James Corden, very famous and kind of viral sensation with the carpool karaoke. I think even technically it's an Emmy nomination because of the. Actually, it tied for an Emmy or something recently. It tied for an Emmy with, I believe, Seth Meyers.
Sure. But just to be clear, Dragon, it's funny because I am more familiar with him on the acting front, on the acting side of things.
Oh, you are? No, yeah.
You definitely seem more familiar with the talk show because I've never really listened. I've never really watched the talk show, honestly.
So here's the thing. I forget if we've talked about this a little bit before, but I mean, I wish he'd kind of splice together all the great talk show hosting and get like, it's like no one can ever measure up to Johnny Carson, but so far we just have like portions of each talk show host. If you splice them together, it'd be perfect. Because Graham Norton knows.
Conan O'Brien in his golden days came close.
Sure. Well, maybe.
I don't know, man. Conan had a lot of good characters.
That's a fair. I mean, yeah, sure, fair point. Well, what I'm saying is like James Corden. I think he's really good with like the games for the guests. Like he's really good at kind of like the supplemental stuff on the show. That's where he really shines. Like kind of doing like the whole like the stupid pet tricks, essentially stuff, that sort of stuff, and the whole like spill your guts, fill your guts kind of section. That was kind of fun shenanigans. Where Graham Norton. Oh my goodness, Graham Norton is the master of the interview because he does his research. He kind of has all these assortments of guests on his big long couch, and they have like all these really fun, unique stories. Like he's the storyteller in the talk shows, and I dig it.
Uh-huh.
We got all these mixing together. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm drifting off, but here's what's great. The Poncio,
you really are.
I'm sorry. Well, it's Corden. Anyway, so all that said, Poncio, the reason we're talking about Corden so well is because it's so seamless, because he's remarkably on the money with his performance of James Corden. Terrible wig, but aside from that, perfect James Corden.
Oh, I'm just going to take over the show and interview myself. Hello, James Corden. Hi, James Corden. How are you, James Corden? Reggie, you're fired. I'm going to be the musical guest. Into the woods. Into the woods. That right there, Dragon. That's definitely the dig at the music community right there.
Yeah, well, nothing personally against Into the Woods, but I've always, it's like, it was so talked about so much. It's like, oh man, Into the Woods.
You know, it's funny because I think I saw the musical, and the musical's pretty good. I didn't see the best cast because I saw a college production, so some of the singing was a little iffy, but the play, like the story of the play is a lot better than how they executed in the movie. The movie's a bore fest compared to the play, honestly.
Anyway, so but absolutely, I think you're absolutely right in that James Corden again. We're kind of taking up. It's kind of a biting observation at the multi-talented late night kind of host here, where again he's always doing so much. He's always popping everything he's doing, taking on. Here's the thing: I wish James Corden had a little bit more respect for himself as kind of a voice actor, because he always takes these crap projects and he always has to defend them. And I feel so bad for him. It's like he took on Cats, but I mean, come on, man! Have you never seen an episode of The Nanny?
Oh man, have you seen the clip of him and Cats?
No, but I've seen him
one like involving his nards. Let's say.
I saw that. I saw a clip of that, but I didn't. I mean,
yeah,
that's what you're talking
Corden
about.
has nards.
Yeah. I remember like seeing like some sort of like, I knew what it was. Maybe it was using Nostalgia Critic or something. I don't know.
Oh God.
Anyway, point being, and unfortunately now, kind of with James Corden, with all the talk show hosts right now, they're kind of facing the being your own guest situation.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm the best at everything you see. Literally says it in the thing here. I'm the best at everything you see. And again, he's James Corden, love him or hate him, man. The guy's a little too multi-talented for his own good.
All right, so now we get to another multi-talented person, Chris Hemsworth, arguably the best Chris.
Not just well, okay, I'm going to argue with you on that one, but regardless,
I know you are.
That's just me. I know the point. We have nothing but good. We have seriously solid Chris's. There you go.
I mean, honestly, I would say like you'd probably say Chris Evans. I would say Chris Pratt might be.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we have three solid Chris actors. You know, we got you have Pratt, Evans,
Chris Pine is also a dark horse in the Chris's.
Yeah, if you want to go outside the Marvel venue, Pine as well. Absolutely. So I'm saying we have four solid, like a genetic kind of race of Chris's. So that's kind of what we're building here. Forget the old, forget like kind of the master race. We're talking about the race of the super soldier race of Chris's.
Oh God. Anyway, so Hemsworth is just very dryly promoting Starkist Tuna in his droll way that he would.
Yeah, doing the nonchalant style, kind of the nonchalant kind of Aussie cadence. You know, it's like
Starkist Tuna is the best tuna because it's low sodium and it's got a high protein base. Helps me save the world with the Avengers.
God. That's the thing. It always seems like that's the frustrating thing with Hemsworth. I think he captured so perfectly is that Hemsworth just has that thing where his people love him just kind of like just being himself and just saying things nonchalantly, and it kind of works for him. I'm baffled.
It's almost kind of like diet Matthew McConaughey.
In a sense, I mean, it's kind of like this is like what's happened to him in movies like when they do Men in Black, the International, the Men in Black International. It's like, hey, it's Chris Hemsworth. Do we need anything beyond that? No, he's Chris Hemsworth. Give him some glowing eyes. He'll be fine. There you go.
By the way, Dragon, I'm randomly going to pull out some casting here because I mentioned McConaughey. Oh boy, McConaughey is Joe Exotic.
Yeah, everyone's been throwing out their own Joe Exotics. Actually, I heard a really good one.
I think McConaughey can pull it off, man.
I don't doubt that he could, Tiki. There's been a lot of really good names tossed up because some people throw out McConaughey. I mean, I know Jared Leto's thrown his hat into the ring of all the crazy Jared Leto.
No. Screw Jared Leto. No.
But you know who I actually one kind of really caught my ear recently? David Spade.
Oh, that would be an out there choice. Oh,
yeah,
man.
And it would fit.
All right.
Anyway,
I don't want to derail
you're
this.
Right. Drifting onto the characters that Poncio has played. But seriously, I think Poncio, again, he kind of masters the cadence here. Obviously, no one on earth has Hemsworth's physiques. But again, he kind of sells you on it. You're looking at him, he kind of sells it so perfectly, kind of transcends it a little bit.
Well, in a way, you can kind of think it's sort of like in between usual Hemsworth and sort of Lebowski Hemsworth.
Yes. But yeah, you're right. It's kind of the cleaned up, kind of like, it's kind of like Hemsworth. Kind of
it's like Lebowski Hemsworth kind of getting his act together, much like Poncio himself has been losing a lot of weight recently.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has. It doesn't like he's almost the Kevin Smith levels, man. Soon there's going to be like Ponzio's going to turn to his side. It's like, where'd he go?
Oh God.
Anyway,
I am definitely feeling that with Kevin Smith, man. Kevin Smith, it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled that he's that healthy, but
yeah, you know what he's doing now? It's getting me a little worried. He's been doing intermittent fasting, but he's been going the next level with it recently. He's been going days without eating.
Oh my God! Oh, well,
apparently there's some sort of there's like a scientific process or something. Like someone did a video. It's kind of anyway. We're drifting off.
That's a whole different thing, Dragon. Yeah.
So, anyway, so while we're on the food topic, let's talk about the next impression, which is the Wienermobile Driver.
Not Oscar Mayer from everyone's favorite indie book, the Edible States of America by James Logan.
Oh, not that one, but seriously, folks, you should check that out.
But no, the Oscar Mayer, the Wienermobile Driver.
Speaking at a 5th grade career day, and this is funny. This is God. If there's a continuity
concept, Dragon.
If there's a continuity here with some of the bits, which obviously there's not really, but there's a Jack Black joke later in this thing, and I do like. A part of me wonders if this is kind of like a riff on the character Jack Black played in I think it was called The Candidate, the one where he's going up against. Wait a minute. Oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry, I think I got that wrong. Never mind.
What is The Candidate? Not a Jack Black movie.
Yeah, I think. No, yeah, you're right. It's not. Never mind. Screw that noise. Anyway, let's get back.
All right. So what I like about this is that, honestly, Dragon, he does make the point of like, all right, like there's a lot of cops and firefighters in here, and I think that's boring. Being the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile Driver, personally, I think that's pretty cool. And you know what, Dragon? I agree with him.
He does. I mean, initially, I'm sold on kind of like this. Like, guy's just really proud in terms of like he's
an overbearing parent, but I feel like in terms of the cool career, I feel like he does have the edge. Honestly.
So here's the thing. Now we're drifting into the real character focus of it all. Because so far we've had 2 impressions. Now it's like Poncio cultivating characters, and this is my favorite part.
Hipster Donald perks up.
Anyway, my point is I like the cultivation of character here, where he's you have this very proud yet vaguely kind of flamboyant representative of the Oscar Mayer company. And again, he's like, Jackson Brown, I see, talking to his son here. You quit hiding your head.
I'm just saying, Dragon, tell me this wouldn't be the highlight of any career day, meeting the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile Driver. I mean, come on.
I mean, I know I'd be excited about it because I remember the old stories of during the Oscars, the Pixar crew, they would always rent out the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile to go down there.
But I don't know. I like the idea that it's like, I feel like in some ways the career is so cool that it might kind of like even win the kid some popularity points in spite of the parent being so overbearing.
Initially, and then I think the overbearing goes into overdrive. He's like, he's being all up. He's like, be loud and proud, Jackson, who you are.
And again, God.
That's yeah, I'm with you there. But then it's like, then things
Don't
get
your
weird.
Hot dog, Jackson.
Of course, also he's this is basically we're embarrassing the son now as the father bends over in his cheerleader hot pants.
Oh God.
And he's like telling his son to get his
come
lunch,
over here,
which
come get your hot dog.
is
And it's
a
just like
single
a
hot
singular
dog.
hot dog. Yeah.
Yeah, which is just not. This is no, I'm not going over there. You have to come here. So I get pretty just embarrassing as all get out. And I was thinking
Right.
of in the candidate you have. I believe it's. I know it's not Jack Black now, but it's. I was trying to connect the thing from later. That was a dumpster fire right there. What I was trying to do anyway. So it was. I believe Zach Galifianakis though. When he went up against Will Ferrell in that movie.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
character,
I know what movie you're
so the
talking
character
about.
he plays there remind me vaguely of this character, and I wonder if maybe that was kind of maybe a bit of an inspiration point, perhaps. I don't know. Okay.
All right, so we have King Caesar picking his jester dragon. How does this one go?
This is fun. We have just a very jaunty kind of. It's kind of Poncio playing the jaunty kind of spoiled child like Prince John character, if you will. He's very Prince John-esque.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. I also kind of see a little bit of oh god, I don't remember exactly which king it is from Hamilton. I'm sorry, folks, I feel stupid, but the king from Hamilton.
Okay.
And we all know that the JGI crew is Hamilton fans, so
yeah, they're Hamilton-holics. They're Hamil-holics.
I think the actual correct terminology is Hamel hogs.
I just literally took a stab in the dark. I had no idea there was an actual term. Okay. Anyway, so we have this kind of vaguely kind of Prince John, just kind of over the top royal character. He's basically so jovial and just like I love like the cape flaps are what kills me about this character. It's just, it's just reaction to the comedy. We had really good reaction.
King George is the king in Hamilton. Sorry.
There you go. So I love the reaction comedy here. Where essentially, we have Poncio, we have a character who's kind of reacting to kind of characters unseen, just really painting the picture. It shows you the talent of Poncio here. And just kind of been like kind of an audition piece almost, and kind of paint a picture of a scene here where he's just like my favorite bit is when he's trying to break down the comedy and give the man some constructive criticism, despite the fact he's going to kill him regardless. So it's just hysterical.
So, I just felt you took a lateral move. You know, you should. You just did the same thing twice, so, no, you're just going to be taken to a farm. These men with swords are going to take you to a farm while you'll work on your routine.
God, this is great. All right, so then we get to, it's very funny. So then we get to Penn Jillette.
Oh, God, this one is dark, man.
Now, we all know Penn Jillette. Even if you don't know Penn Jillette, if you've seen Toy Story, you know Penn Jillette. He's the Buzz Lightyear commercial guy.
Penn and Teller, I have the weirdest Penn and Teller connection. I don't know if I've ever brought this up before, but when I was in music class in second grade, when we were learning how to play the flute, Penn and Teller did a series of instructional videos about music and kind of, the basic chords of like music notes and scales and stuff like that. And it was a children's instructional video. And Dragon, I swear to God, like Teller was like the most terrifying thing in the world to my, second grader mind. Teller was like the creepiest thing ever. I don't know. There's just something really off about Teller. Nowadays, I look at Penn and Teller, and of course, I totally like I dig how committed the Teller bit is, and I dig Penn and Teller in general, but I don't know. As a kid, I don't necessarily think they're the beacons of like, oh, come to us, children, for your educational needs.
I actually had a weird run. I had kind of a weird kind of crossover with Penn Jillette specifically recently. I was watching something, and he popped up in something completely unexpectedly.
Oh God.
I've been watching through Lois and Clark, the original series while it's on DC Universe, and there was an episode because again they had all sorts of guest stars in the early late '90s, early 2000s kids, and it'd be late '90s. That's when this. Anyway, the point being, Lois and Clark, and basically there's an episode where there's a whole magic theme, and basically it's a little just not like actual sorcery or anything, just like little magic tricks. And Penn Jillette is kind of the suspect that he might be the bad guy of the piece.
But does he turn out to be the red herring dragon?
Yeah, he's the red herring. Yep.
Red herring.
What is it, Jones?
Oh God. All right, that's a good runner.
Anyway, I'm trying to
Dragon,
get
if
a
Red
bus ticket,
Herring, if
Jones.
Red Herring isn't in Scoob, then they done messed up. That's all
Yeah,
I've got to say.
Tiki, I'm gonna bet she's not gonna be in it because I mean, it'd be too perfect for him to be in it.
Oh, come on, I don't know. I Scoob is Warner Animation Group, right?
Yeah,
They're the people that did Lego Movie. All right, I have faith in them.
that's true. I mean, look, I'm pulling for it, man. I don't have faith in it. I don't know.
All right, Dragon and I are like so invested in this stupid red herring thing. It's like the main reason we're anticipating Scoob, or at least I am. It's like our personal bet. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, so the point being, we have Penn Jillette here, not just Penn Jillette, but Penn Jillette visiting a children's hospital.
So I love how at first, Dragon, it starts out where it's like you think Penn Jillette is going to be like very, very sympathetic towards the kids because he's kind of like talking in that like, we're here for the children. We're at the children's hospital.
It's so funny. I'm used to like loud Penn Jillette because of that Toy Story thing. That was my first, and technically that was my first introduction to him before I knew who he was. But you know, I forget, like when you think about it, yeah, Penn Jillette does have that thing where he's getting really conversational. It's going to go up a little bit, you know. Just it's almost like Poncio doing a little bit of Matt Foley, Chris Farley almost. It's doing like the what he freaking da. It's like a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so of course, how's the conversation essentially evolved?
And you all know I'm an atheist, you know, big old fat atheist. And God, I just love how disparaging he is. And you know what, children, actually, raise your hand if you believe in God. Oh well, okay. That's actually a big majority of you. God, it just gets so mean spirited.
Considering you're all considering you're all have terminal illnesses.
There is no God. It's fake.
All right, so move over.
Big fat old atheist.
All right, so move over, folks, because now we're hitting the best Poncio impression. Period.
Oh God.
We knew this coming, but again, this is a really funny runner. We have the Gilbert Gottfried. Poncio's Gilbert Gottfried is to die for. It's his best impression. It's like the best one he's got in the chamber, the secret weapon, if you will. And he's just, oh God, like the face transforms. It's flawless. You know, people say Alex Poncio looks like Jonah Hill or Josh Gad. I think he looks like Jack Black, but not... But more like Jack Black as the fat animated loser panda from that DreamWorks movie. Of course, Poe from Kung Fu Panda. And another thing, it's funny. Bear in mind, we are kind of currently cultivating a biopic, and we did debate Jack Black as Poncio, but we ended up not going that way.
Oh God, he's way too old for Poncio. Jesus Christ.
But again, remember, we are playing fast and loose with the ages here. I know we're not going with Jack Black.
No, it doesn't matter. Jason Segel's like, what, in his 40s?
Well, yeah.
Jack Black's got to be at least like pushing 50.
I don't know about that, but you could be right.
Looking it up.
All right. Well, now he's inspired, folks. Now he's inspired. Okay. All right. So, anyway, let's see. So, now I gotta wonder. I'm going to speculate about this bit here.
Yeah, he's 50.
Okay. Well, fine. You're right. Okay. Throw him a parade. Okay. So,
he's exactly 50 years old.
All right. Well, he's exactly like on the dime 50.
Yeah, on the dime 50 years old. I mean, not to the day, but you know, as of
I
this
know
year.
not to the day. What hell would anyway? Okay.
But yeah, 50 years old.
Anyway,
so I'm sorry, Dragon. I just can't picture a 50-year-old Poncio. I'm
just saying, literally, he recommended Jack Black. We ended up going a different way. That's anyway. Doesn't.
Well, sorry, right. Alex. Your recommendation is too old.
Denied. Anyway, so
I do have a really dark joke about who we cast as him, but I won't
no. We're not going to reveal that.
You know what dark joke I'm thinking?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I do wonder that. I wonder if this is Poncio getting a little bit of the self-hating comedian in this bit, though, because constantly you always have comedians who are a little harsh on themselves, getting a little bit of the dark side of comedy. I'm not going that far with it here, but again, just Poncio's really kind of critiquing himself here, a little self-deprecating humor here with the whole Kung Fu Panda gag. I wonder if that's going to Poncio put a little bit of spin through kind of the wonderful visage of Gilbert Gottfried, who would make that sort of joke. So it's kind of interesting. He would kind of go with that during the Gilbert Gottfried impression,
Possibly.
Anyway, okay. So anyway, my favorite bit in the whole piece, though. Oh God, I love the
I
teacher
really
trying
like
to stay
this bit
positive.
too.
Is my favorite.
Okay, guys, so it's I'm gonna end the year with a little end of the year sentiment. Negativity and cynicism are the least attractive human traits. And then
Intercom buzzes in with some bad news. This is Mr. Matthew, Mr. Matthews. Your car windshield has been smashed, and of course we cut back to.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. It was a little dirty anyways. Let's look on the bright side of things.
And of course we chime in yet again with the intercom. Mr. Matthews, there was a note on the note on the windshield said it was your wife and said that she doesn't love you anymore.
Okay, I don't know why they had to announce that over the intercom, but you know what? Mr. Matthews, back on the market. That's okay. Look for the bright side of things.
Then we chime in yet again. One more thing, and he's bleeping like, Oh, it's just great.
That's just a really fun, kind of bite-sized JGI sketch right there, Dragon.
That's what I'm saying. That's like, okay, that's the kind of stuff I want to see. If we have characters that could get a lifespan on a shelf, so to speak. That's the guy I want to see out of all these characters. I want to check with Mr. Matthews. If we're lucky, Mr. Matthews could be his Matt Foley. If we're lucky, just kind of almost like it's like. I'm gonna get all nostalgic here. It's kind of like the sketches from the Amanda Show, almost like a sketch premise in the making of does it really have a great a whole lot of range you could go with? Probably not, but would it be something funny to see on a regular basis? Absolutely.
Amanda Show is a perfect comparison. You're right.
That's like a Mr. Gullible sketch from the Amanda Show. Yeah, like Mr. Gullible. It's pretty straightforward. And again, is he gonna really? Yeah, like Blockbuster. Exactly. There you go. It's as a runner, you know exactly what's going to happen, but you know what? Again, it's comfort.
But it's better. Much better.
Much better.
All right.
Now, before we start talking about Tony Pajamas, let's move on.
Okay, so next we have world famous opera singer Andrea Bocelli singing "Take Me Out to the Ballgame."
Oh yeah, this definitely feeds into my Pavarotti thing.
I don't care if I ever go back, so let's root for the home team.
I think Joshua Thomas really likes this one too, because he quoted us earlier during the on the Discord. He kind of quoted this part of the video. I think he really liked it.
And then here we go, Dragon. If anything in this bit can be I want a whole. I'm not saying either a movie or a web series. This could be something, man.
Now again, if you want to see the full version of this, which is not a whole lot you're missing here, but basically the setup, it's on Poncio's channel, so.
Okay.
So then we get to
so
Baby Boy
and Mama. Oh boy. Oh god. This really is it's great that they saved the best for last, Dragon. They really did.
Oh yeah. So basically, we have Poncio and Drag as Mama, as Mama Poncio, I guess if you want to phrase it like that, as Mom here trying to get about her married way, and she has to get the kid in the car, and then the son is a baby boy. He's giving her the business, and basically the only way I can describe is Poncio is dressed like Dennis the Menace.
Oh God! yes, exactly.
It's almost like Poncio's audition for Dennis the Menace, but we get a lot of fantastic, silent comedy with Poncio here. He can't say a word as Baby Boy, but he's just emoting so much, and he's just expressing the comedy within the situation just tremendously. It's just brilliant, silent comedy here.
I love the way it's shot. I don't want to call it a scale gag, but it kind of is a scale gag. Where he's kind of hunched into the, he's kind of squeezed his body as much as he can into the kid position. Yeah,
and he's kind of made to look from a distance, made to look as small as he can, I suppose. But it's I love the brimming. He's just brimming with energy in this sketch, but he's confined only nodding his head and just doing so much. It's his movements are limited, but you can sense the energy brimming behind it.
Yeah.
He's basically giving the nod. No, he's not getting the. He's just doing it just to get a ride out of the mom. Essentially, no, I'm not doing it. Also, then we have these fantastic editing here of all these inconvenient props that complicate what the mother's trying to do here. No, baby boy, this is not time for music. It's just playing with the little keyboard backpack.
Oh God! And I love how Poncio's just like as baby boy is just kind of like staring almost maniacally into the camera.
I love like the blush on his cheeks. That's just really funny to me. They made him look as like almost like Gerber baby fresh, essentially. I don't know. It's like they look just like just like
God.
as adorable as you can make a full grown Poncio. They got like short of putting him in a sailor suit. This is as much as you're gonna get. So we
All
have
right,
like
so then
no, it's not reading time, baby boy.
and then this is where she stops. She's her patience kind of wears thin. Dragon, stop reading the book, baby boy.
And of course, we have like the fan gags, rambling. It's like I
Oh
think the gag
God.
here that we're not spelling, and I could be just reading into this. I think the gag is, oh, she said van, he misinterpreted it as fan.
Mhm. Oh God.
No, baby boy, you get in the van. And now she's
Get
this
in
is
the
what cracks me.
van.
Now, this is what's cracking me up even more. So again, as he's getting more irate as the mother and more deep voiced as the mother, I love I love him like waving to the neighbors, trying to like oh hey hello. That's what's cracking me up here. So we keep ratcheting up the anger, and now we have like this. I think is one of the funniest like cuts in the whole thing where baby boy has like
The
has
plate.
yes, the plate, the knife, and the fork, and a little napkin in there, and just stop, and then now he's on like the car's, like kind of like a car's big wheel sort of thing.
Yeah.
What will they
Lightning
think of
McQueen, big
Mama?
wheel.
What will they think of Mama?
I love that line. What do you think of Mama?
And then he's dancing. This is where we're getting a little bit of the scale thing. Where again, you don't want to shrink him down so much, but yeah, I see what they're going for. Always just these dancing all happy go lucky. Get in the van, Tiki. One could say, get in the van. Down by the river.
Oh, okay, all right. I was like, what are you setting me up for?
I'm just saying, of all the running van gags, Tiki,
Right, sorry. I my bad.
that's fine. It's fine. I took a shot anyway. So, all right, okay. So let's see. So now we have the phone gag where she checks her phone and then she realizes something. Tiki, what does she realize?
Oh, it's Sunday.
So no work. So again, she just going back on in. Then we have this is hilarious. Just gonna look the camera here and like practically like an iris out, and we hear like the audience like yay. If there was like a kid show audience in the back there, and then we have one of our favorite of all the JGI tag gags.
I'm almost convinced that they're doing this just for us, Dragon.
I
Honestly,
mean, at least when they put it in, it's probably for us. In the first place, just kind of
like we're the only ones who ever even comment on it, as far as I can see.
Yeah, I love Upside Down Alex, man. Upside Down Poncio. It's just it's so mundane yet ridiculous. Just upside down. Oh, it's gonna be a day for me. I'm in for such a day. That's what cracks me. Just like Upside Down Alex says, okay, it's going about his merry way, just upside down for the whole day.
It's like waking up with like a minor headache or something. It's like, oh, well, this is going to be a minor inconvenience. All right.
Like mismatched socks or something, you know.
Right. God. All right.
All right. Well, sad as it is to say, folks, we're done.
Yeah. So, final thoughts, Dragon. Go ahead.
Final thoughts. It's always Poncio's always been something special. There's always been something special about him, how his mind works, and his his unique comedic instincts. And I think this showcases that rather well. Maybe not to the extent that we're so familiar with after going through God knows pretty much all the JGI sketches at this point. But the man, what we love about the man is what this kind of celebrates is the man goes full tilt with everything. Man. I mean, we put on a dress and he became a baby boy for our amusement. I mean, that's something there. It's something to appreciate. He's always and again that's always gelled with the JGI stuff, amping it up as he did with the mother character at the very end. There, you amp it up and you just go full tilt with it, and he just he's always been kind of the X factor. The JJ would lose their X factor without Poncio, and we can count upon our Poncio stars to cite another JGI sketch there. That we're so lucky to see him in action on a regular basis, and it's nice to kind of take a moment and say, oh man, look at that, the chef kiss of an actor right there, that Poncio. Look at him go, Poncio.
Yeah, final thoughts. I think this was a really well edited and put together little montage of good Poncio bits. What I like the most about this whole video is just the variety we get. Some of them are just straight up impressions. Some of them are little scenarios, and on a couple of occasions, like the baby boy and the optimistic teacher, it's almost like, pilot things for what could be full-blown sketches, little bite-sized full sketches in their own right. So I like that in 5 minutes we get like really, really good tastes of like all different sides of Poncio from a comedic level. So yeah, really well done there. And happy birthday, Alex.
Happy birthday, Mr. Poncio.
Poncio! All right,
Poncio!
take us out, Dragon.
All right, that'll do it for this week until the next exciting reach into the Just Giggle grab bag.
What will they think of Mama?